Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. The latest showcase gave us a ton of exciting new information, and I have to say, the team really delivered. They did a great job tying it all together with a nostalgic look back at past updates and how the community reacted, a sneak peek into what's ahead for Dreamlight Valley, and of course, a detailed look at the upcoming expansion, Wishblossom Ranch. In today's video, I'll walk you through everything we learned from the showcase and also share some new thoughts and speculations based on what we saw. But first, most of my previous theories didn't come true. I might have read a little too deeply into past updates and patterns. But honestly, creating those theories was a lot of fun, and I hope they made the wait for new info a bit more exciting for you as well. Let's start by talking about Wishblossom Ranch, because this expansion looks like it's going to be something really special. This time, we'll be traveling by train to reach the new land. Once we arrive, we find a relaxing ranch that has fallen into complete disrepair. Cruella is technically in charge, but she's clearly let the place go. Snow White has done her best to keep things going during the time of forgetting, but now the ranch's horses have scattered and she needs our help, not just to restore the ranch, but also to bring the horses back and put Cruella in her place. We'll also encounter Tinkerbell, who is desperately trying to keep the Wishblossom alive with her pixie dust. However, the magic surrounding it is unstable and out of control, and it's up to us to uncover how to heal the blossom before it's too late. High up in the mountains, we'll also find a new resident, Tigger from the Winnie the Pooh universe, who seems to have lost his way and could become part of this journey as well. That's the general story setup we received during the showcase. I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised to learn that Wishblossom Ranch was once a relaxing getaway. This completely shifted the narrative I had originally imagined, and honestly, it makes Cruella's role fit far better than I expected. It also appears that we won't follow just a single storyline, but two parallel ones. One centered on restoring the ranch alongside Snow White and confronting Cruella, and another focused on the Wishblossom's condition with the help of Tinkerbell. I'm also curious to see what role Tigger plays in this story. One of the things I'm most excited about is the fact that this world will evolve based on our actions. Being able to visibly impact the environment and see progress unfold as we complete quests is something I've really hoped for, and truthfully something I felt was missing from the previous expansions. In A Rift in Time, it would have been amazing if we could rebuild Agrabah's ruined palace throughout the storyline. Storybook Vale 2 lacked that sense of direct influence. The world didn't really change in response to our actions, but with Wishblossom Ranch, that seems to be changing. We'll arrive at a rundown ranch and a dying magical flower, and it's up to us to restore both. That kind of visible transformation feels like a huge step in the right direction. Now let's talk about the new features and mechanics that Wishblossom Ranch is introducing. And there's quite a lot to be excited about. The biggest highlight might be the rideable horses finally making their way into the valley. You'll be able to unlock them by completing a variety of new challenges. These horses are scattered throughout Wishblossom Ranch, and some are iconic characters from beloved Disney films. Each one comes with special abilities that you can unlock by building friendship and bonding with them. First, we have Maximus from Tangled. He'll likely be found in the Wishing Alps and has a powerful jump that helps you cross broken bridges and other tricky obstacles. Then there's Khan from Mulan, who might be found in Glamour Gulch. His unique strength allows him to kick down wooden or metal gates. And finally, we'll meet Pegasus from Hercules, who seems to be somewhere in the Pixie Acres. He can help you glide through the ranch. Aside from these special mounts, there will also be customizable horses. You'll be able to change their coat and mane colors, apply patterns, and even equip unique gear to make them truly your own. You'll be able to ride in 3 different speeds, walk, trot, and gallop, and jump over smaller obstacles like fences, but that's not all. These companions can also assist you with everyday tasks in the valley. Whether it's breaking rocks, watering crops, or digging, they'll help you complete actions faster and more efficiently. This is such an incredible feature, one that adds not only immersion, but also real gameplay convenience. And personally, I'd love the option to assign horses to specific villagers, just like we can with critters. Imagine Mulan actually riding Khan through the valley, or Kristoff strolling beside Sven. That would be such a charming touch. Another major feature coming to the expansion is the introduction of modular building kits. These are building components and fragments you can creatively assemble into entirely new structures or townscapes. You'll unlock these by exploring the ranch and can either buy them from Scrooge's store or craft them using discovered blueprints. What I'm most curious about is how flexible the building system will be. Will we be able to connect pieces seamlessly without visible breaks and truly shape unique layouts? If so, this could bring an entirely new layer of creativity to valley building. Now let's talk about the biomes of Wishblossom Ranch and what makes each one stand out. First, we have the Wishing Alps. It's a snowy mountainous landscape lit by glowing northern lights. Despite the name, it feels more inspired by Scandinavia than the actual Alps. The painted cottages and the auroras give off a distinctly Nordic atmosphere. That's why I think the name Wishing Alps might unintentionally set a more specific expectation than needed. A more fictional name could have left more room for interpretation, especially for players familiar with the real Alps. As it stands, it might create a slight mismatch between the name and the actual vibe of the biome. With that said, the biome still looks stunning and feels like a peaceful, magical retreat. I can't wait to explore it fully, and we'll also meet geese as new companion animals in this snowy environment. Next up is Glamour Gulch, inspired entirely by Cruella de Vil. You'll notice her influence everywhere, from fabric patterns to fashion-themed architecture and even the local flora. There are also mines and rock formations in the area, which seem to be part of the biome as well. Here, we'll be introduced to skunks as companions. And finally, there's Pixie Acres, a whimsical fairy tale landscape filled with oversized plants, giant flowers, butterflies, and bees. There's also a massive mountain area with enormous pots and glowing honey waterfalls. It's like stepping into a magical garden straight out of a storybook. All in all, despite a few small nitpicks, I think the biomes fit together beautifully. Thinking of it as a peaceful mountain escape with snowy peaks, quiet old mines, and springtime meadows in bloom helps everything fall into place. Even just from the trailer, you can already feel the charm and cohesion of the world, and I can't wait to explore every inch of it. Let's now talk about the free updates we can expect in the near future. First up is the Winter Ball update, arriving on December 10th. This update will introduce a new quest line where we team up with the fairy godmother to break a magical seal and bring Cinderella back to the valley. It looks like this journey will once again take us deep into the realm of the forgetting. What role the Forgotten will play, if any, hasn't been confirmed yet, but I really hope we'll see some progression in their story. Either way, I'm excited to see how Cinderella makes her way into the valley. Alongside this update, we're also getting a Winter Ball Star Path and a brand new feature called Dream Team. This feature will allow players to team up with up to 7 friends and create their very own valley community, complete with a custom team name, emblem, and motto. You'll be able to share resources with your team to help each other gather materials more efficiently. There's also a team activity log, which will keep track of things like code sharing, friendship level ups, and you can even react to updates with a little heart emoji. It also looks like we'll be able to share in-game photos with our group using a photo reel, and I'm really curious to see how that will work. Now let's look ahead to the new roadmap, and if you've seen my past videos, you know how much I love to speculate. So of course, I couldn't resist putting together a few new predictions now that we finally have more concrete information. The roadmap includes 3 free updates. First up, in early 2026, we're getting Lady and the Tramp. This was mentioned very clearly during the showcase. I think it's the perfect addition to kick off the new year, and especially around Valentine's Day. I expect a romantic star path to go along with it. In spring, we're getting Pocahontas, which I'm genuinely excited about. Many of you mentioned her in the comments of my previous videos, so I know this is a highly requested character. She'll likely arrive with her own realm, and if we're lucky, maybe Miko will be introduced as a new companion. And finally, the third update, Hercules. I actually thought he might arrive earlier in the year, but I'm still thrilled to see him join the valley, even if it's a little later. The roadmap image clearly shows his signature sandals, and interestingly, a statue of Phil, his trainer. So here's my theory: Hercules will arrive not with Meg, but with Phil. During the presentation, they emphasized that courage, strength, and resilience will be central themes of this update. My prediction? We'll get a realm set in Phil's training grounds where we'll help Hercules regain his powers and prepare to face new challenges. It would be somewhat similar to the Mulan and Mushu update, and that's exactly why I think it makes perfect sense. As for Meg, sadly, I don't think we'll see her just yet. Possibly in the next year's expansion? We'll have to wait and see. There was one thing that stood out to me, though. We didn't get any new info about the story of the Forgotten. That was a little disappointing, but I'm hoping it's just being saved for a later time. I still feel like part of the story isn't finished yet. But overall, I'm very happy with the updates and content that were revealed. The showcase included so much more than I could cover in one video, so I've focused only on the highlights and what I personally found most exciting. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you're just as hyped as I am for what's coming next. If you liked this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and feel free to share your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.